I have been muted this entire time like a complete idiot. Okay. Yeah, we most likely just had a tornado hitting southern Lincolnville. We also have a tornado warning in Elbert County, Colorado over here. That was a confirmed tornado earlier, but is now no longer confirmed. This if it does touch in, it will most likely be a landslide again. We also have Nebraska. We have severe thunderstorm warning up here for Banner, Cheyenne, and Kimball counties. For 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Next we have Massachusetts. We have this severe thunderstorm warning is for 60-mile-an-hour winds, and it's moving east at 35. Next we have Illinois and Missouri over here. It looks like that severe thunderstorm warning was just dropped. Yeah, it just expired. Yep, so severe thunderstorm warnings, ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings. Massachusetts. Massachusetts and Rhode Island warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds, and it's moving east at 35. Colorado, we have a few down here. There's two in El Paso County and one in Pueblo County. The ones up here in El Paso County warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail, along with 60-mile-an-hour winds and ping-pong ball-sized hail. The Pueblo County severe thunderstorm warning down here, that is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Let's go up to Maine again. We have a tornado warning that most likely just affected southern Lincolnville. There may have been a tornado there, actually. It appears that the radar has decided to have a stroke and die. So I can't tell what's going on over here anymore, but if that was not contamination moving through southern Lincolnville, and it's currently ongoing, if it's still ongoing, then that is about to go into a boat dock on this island over here. So that's pretty bad. If this is the couplet down here that is going across there, that's a pretty strong couplet, but I can't tell if that's contaminated or not. Illinois, new severe thunderstorm warning. Northern St. Louis metro area. This severe thunderstorm warning is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. It's moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. No organized rotation with that, but you can definitely see the hail core on the top left box up there. Let's go over to Nebraska again. Nebraska and Colorado. For Weld County, Colorado, the severe thunderstorm warning is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. And the one up there in Nebraska, up there is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail as well. It looks like that one will be expiring here in approximately 13 minutes in Nebraska. Let's go over to Massachusetts for Bristol, Kent, Newport counties over here in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Basically, all the counties in Rhode Island, the southern part of the northern one, the northern part of the southern one, and pretty much half of the central one. Then we also have counties in Massachusetts, one county in Massachusetts. That is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and is moving east at 35 miles an hour. Over here, we're still watching stuff near the Florida coast. There's a tornado watch in this area until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this is still an area to watch over here for possible development. We did have a tornado up here. We had a long track cell went from down here near Gordon all the way up through Luke, Blakey, all the way up to Fort Gaines, this area, all the way up here, went way up here. It produced, looks like 2 or 3 tornadoes. As soon as I left my stream, it was on the ground. So that was kind of annoying. But yeah, that is. We still do have to watch this area for potential tornadic development in case anything happens. So yeah. Let's go down here and see if there's anything off the coast over here. It's downloading at the moment. There there's a few showers, and it looks like there might be a small mezzo down here near Honeyville, Florida. It's moving northeast. Another thing over here near Kennard. We just have a few of these like low level to mid level mezzos in this area, none of which are warned at the moment. Let's go back up to that tornado warning in Maine in Knox and Waldo counties. That includes in southern Lincolnville. This tornado warning. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that still is possibly on the ground on that island. This area has well-built homes, so if that is on the ground, that is hitting well-built homes on this island over here. I couldn't tell if it was on the ground or not, but if we just download some previous frames over here, you can see why I think there might have been a tornado here. If you look on the top right, you could see that mezzo as it goes across there. So that looks like it was a pretty strong couplet over there. Severe thunderstorm warning was just issued on it. There are several special marine warnings being issued way far ahead of it. So yeah, you can see why I think there was a tornado moving through southern Lincolnville. Right there. So yeah, that may have produced a tornado there. Ohio, tornado warning, Ohio, near north of Warren and Youngstown, near Middlefield and West Farmington. We have a tornado warning over here. This is, I believe it is radar indicated. Yep. Hazard tornado and quarter-sized hail. You can see that hook right on here near Burton. The photographs on this are pretty interesting, so yeah, keep an eye on this. So a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over Burton, or 8 miles south of Chardon, moving east at 20 miles an hour. This warning goes for the next 40 or 39 minutes. That could be a CC drop right there. That could be a CC drop over Burton. I doubt it, but that could just be the hail core, but I don't know. So yeah, so still keeping an eye on this. This warning expires in 10 minutes over here in Massachusetts. It's warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds. It includes all three counties in Rhode Island and one county in southern Massachusetts. El Paso County over here in Colorado. It's warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. And the other severe thunderstorm warning is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and ping-pong ball-sized hail. Now let's go over to Pueblo County, farther south. That is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail as well. And let's go up to Weld County up here. The Weld County severe thunderstorm warning is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. You see on the top left, the reflectivity is showing quite a lot of hail potential with that. See the purple spot? That is up to 70 dBz. That is quite a lot. Let's go over to... Okay, looks like I've covered everything so far. So let's go back over this tornado warning in Maine. We do have a tornado warning in Maine that may have produced a tornado over southern Lincolnville. It looks like it has now moved out to sea and broadened. Well, not out to sea, but into a bay and broadened. If I play this back, you can see why I thought there was a tornado in southern Lincolnville. There may have been, if that was not radar contamination. I don't know if it was radar contamination, but that was, yeah, that was interesting. So you can see right here, look on the top right, and you can see this very strong mid-level mezzo or low-level mezzo moving over that area in southern Lincolnville. Luckily, it missed downtown Lincolnville, but it did do like a little turn here after it exited. Moved over this island as well with a pretty strong coupling. May produce a tornado over there over some nice houses. But it looks like the rotation on that has broadened. So, yeah. So, let's go back over to this tornado warning in Ohio. So yeah, it's tornado warning in northeastern Ohio near Burton. This is warned for 60. This is warned for tornado and quarter-sized hail. It is radar indicated. It's not a confirmed tornado at this time, but it is. There's some relatively strong rotation. If you look on the top right there near Burton. I'm trying to drink as much water as possible because I'm talking a lot. Let's go back over to the severe thunderstorm warning in the North St. Louis metro. We are getting reports of thunderstorm wind damage, large trees down, and another report of large trees down in this area. This severe thunderstorm warning is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Let's go over to Massachusetts, Rhode Island. This warning is about to expire. It's warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds. That will probably be allowed to expire without an extension. Okay, now let's go over to. So yeah, Maine has the tornado warning in Maine has been dropped, but there still is a severe thunderstorm warning over here for that hail, but it is now moved offshore. So yeah, yeah. So let's go over to Colorado. We've got 4 severe thunderstorm warnings over here. Let's see, El Paso County. One of the ones in El Paso County is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail, and the other one in the same county is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and ping-pong ball-sized hail. Next, the Pueblo one down here. This one is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail again. And then let's go up to Weld County, Colorado, up here and closer to Cheyenne. This one in Weld is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar size hail. Maine, new severe thunderstorm warning for that cell over there, producing large hail. It is this severe thunderstorm warning is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. And once again, let's go over this tornado warning in Ohio. The hazard for that is tornado and quarter-sized hail. It is radar indicated. It is not confirmed right now. It is just to the west of Middlefield. Looks like rotation did broaden a bit there. So, yeah, but that's still a tornado warning. Be careful of that. There may have been a tornado there earlier. I cannot tell. So, yeah, I'm going to... So while I have the time, while there's only one tornado warning and it's zoomed in on it, I'm going to go ahead and take. Let's go to your channel. I'm gonna just post my stream on Twitter because I'm trying to cover this as much as I can. I'm trying to get the word out to as many people as possible. Southeast Ohio does have a nice photograph, but it does not have much convection at the moment. Hail. Posting this on Twitter. What do you want? My echo's acting up. Okay. Whoops. I don't know why I did that. There we go. Alright, just posted it on Twitter. So yeah, I'm back at live streaming. We do have a mesoscale discussion issued 55 minutes ago for southern Georgia. The most favorable corridor for a tornado will focus along the maritime warm front or differential heating zone. Summary: the most favorable corridor for a tornado will focus along the maritime warm front differential heating zone draped from west to east across southern Georgia. In addition, a tornado watch may be considered towards the expiration time of Tornado Watch 285, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. East of if storms begin to exhibit tornadic activity to the east of Watch 285. Scattered thunderstorms and a mix of discrete cells and bands of deep convection continue to slowly shift from the northeast across southern Alabama to southwest Georgia, or southeast Alabama to southwest Georgia. A maritime warm front or differential heating zone is stationary and draped from west to east across southeast Alabama, eastward into south central Georgia. As stronger updrafts interact with this vorticity-rich zone, a greater probability for a low-level mesocyclone development and a tornado risk has become apparent so far this afternoon. Expecting the relationship of an increased threat for storm scale rotation and the differential heating zone to continue the remainder of the afternoon and perhaps into the early evening. As the boundary layer slowly cools, the storm coverage will likely decrease this evening, with the overall conditional tornado risk to sporadically, I think they spelled that wrong, sporadically contract and possibly become quite limited by mid-evening. So they are considering another watch later, but they're waiting to see how the severe threat evolves. Also, we have another mesoscale discussion concerning northeast Colorado. Numerous strong and severe storms in the Nebraska Panhandle and northeast Colorado. That's what that's for. So let's get back to it. GR2, near Middlefield, Ohio. That doesn't look like a CC drop down there. It could be, but I doubt it. So yeah, that is the only current tornado warning. Let's go back to these over here. Pueblo County. Start in Pueblo County. Should probably use the closest radar. So in Pueblo County, this severe thunderstorm warning is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. We go one up the line to this one in El Paso County, which is warned for ping-pong ball-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Then we go up to, that's not Weld, so that's Adams and Washington counties, which I will use the Denver radar for. Right here. That is Adams and Washington County. That is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. And then we go up to Weld County, which is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail over here. Then we also have one in Nebraska, in Cheyenne County. This severe thunderstorm warning is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail as well. Right in there. Let's go over to Illinois. Illinois and Missouri. This is in the northern St. Louis metro. We are getting some reports of thunderstorm wind damage of trees down in the area. And so this severe thunderstorm warning across that area is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. We do have over here two severe thunderstorm warnings in, actually 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in Maine, I believe. No, it's just, this one's oddly shaped. So, the one up here, way up here, is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Far up there near Caribou. This one crossed over the border already. And then the other one in Maine, farther south, is warned for 60-mile-an-hour gusts and quarter-sized hail. Again, this is moving off the coast but there are islands in that area, so they both put a special marine warning and a severe thunderstorm warning in that area. Let's go back over to this cell in Ohio that's warned for a tornado and quarter-sized hail near just south of Middlefield. Rotation is there, it's just not very organized. It's trying to get its act together over there. If convection does occur in southern Ohio, we could get a few tornadoes, but it's if convection does not occur in that area, we will most likely not get a tornado in that area. Because, there will be no convection. Looks like that's all the severe warnings for now. There's also a very big flash flooding threat across Indiana. Actually, this is from last night's storms, but they extended this until 7 o'clock. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so, yeah, so this is from last night, but it is a pretty strong threat over here. Is a pretty strong flash flood over here. We did have cars. Last night we had cars submerged in looked like 2-foot deep water in this area. We also have severe thunderstorm warnings. Flash flood warnings across the northern St. Louis metro from this severe thunderstorm warning. This is dropping quite a lot of rain in this area. By the way, I've covered all the severe thunderstorm warnings, but I'll cover them all again. So, severe thunderstorm warning, Maine, in Hancock County. This is warned for. This is warned for 60-mile-an-hour gusts and quarter-sized hail. Now let's go up to the northern one that's close to the Canadian border. This is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. That also includes Caribou. Now let's go over to Pueblo County, Colorado. This cell over here is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Down here includes the city of Pueblo. Let's go over here to El Paso County, which is a bit further to the north. That is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and ping-pong ball-sized hail. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. But let's go over to Adams and Washington County. This is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. This right here. There we go. Next we have we just have Washington County right here. This is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. And then Weld County, a bit farther to the north, is warned for 60-mile-an-hour gusts and half-dollar-sized hail. Next, let's go up to Nebraska, right here, Cheyenne County, Nebraska. 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. And then over here to Illinois, we have northern St. Louis Metro. This severe thunderstorm warning is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. They might upgrade that to 70-mile-an-hour winds, considering how strong these winds are right here. And that's pretty strong winds right there. So yeah, that's what we got so far in terms of severe thunderstorm warnings. We also have a tornado warning northeast Ohio. This includes West Farmington, Ohio. For this cell near Middlefield, it's actually not in the warning. Is that a CC drop? No. Okay, that was just contamination. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. That lagged out for a second there. But there we go. Yeah, you can see a bit of a mid-level mezzo right there. Relatively far away from the radar. It is warned for a quarter-sized hail and, of course, a tornado. I'm still waiting for a cord to get here so I can plug in this third monitor so I can get a whole bunch of more stuff working. But so far, that is what we have for right now across the U.S. So, one tornado warning in Ohio, one severe thunderstorm warning in Illinois, two severe thunderstorm warnings in Maine, and quite a few severe thunderstorm warnings in Colorado. And, of course, one in Nebraska as well, because of the funny. So, yeah, that is what we are monitoring at this time. God, man. Yes, I'm having to talk a lot to keep up with this, but it's pretty interesting. At one point we did have... Yeah, no problem. Alright, so yeah, let's go back to this tornado warning. Still not terribly strong, but it is there. Near West Farmington. That's not a CC drop, that's in the inflow. So that's just clear air. Let's go over to Maine. Two severe thunderstorm warnings in Maine, one in northern Maine near Caribou. Approaching Grand Falls, Canada. This severe thunderstorm warning is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Now let's go down to the southern one near Hancock County that probably did produce a tornado in southern Lincolnville. This no longer has a tornado warning on it, but is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Next, let's go over to Illinois, which is, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning over here, which is 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. This is for the North St. Louis Metro as well. They probably need to extend this a bit to the south, considering that the strongest winds are outside of the severe thunderstorm warning, according to the radar. Goodness. Okay, next, let's go over to Nebraska, Cheyenne County, Nebraska. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. Let's go over to Weld County, Colorado, which is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. That's up here. Next, after that, let's go to... I believe that is Washington County. Washington County, yes. I probably shouldn't have clicked it twice. That is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Washington and Adams County, right here, that is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. Let's go back to the south down here. This is Elbert and Lincoln counties. That is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. And then finally down here, closer to Colorado Springs and Boulder, we have two severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm trying to find the warning text for this one. So for El Paso County, 60-mile-an-hour winds and ping-pong ball-sized hail. That is this severe thunderstorm warning back here. But that has since died off and become part of this line near Lemon, which I already covered. And then farther south, near Pueblo, 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail over the city. That also includes the city of Pueblo. Let's go back up here to Ohio. This is warned for quarter-sized hail and, of course, a tornado because there's a tornado warning in this area. It might be trying to ramp back up near West Farmington. So, yeah, that's what we've got so far. So yeah, that's what we've got so far. A whole bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings in Colorado and Nebraska. One tornado warning in Ohio. And that's about it for right now. I'm going to ask my friend if he can join real quick. So asking him real quick. Checking this. No new tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings. Actually, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, which is includes the St. Louis metro. This is warned for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Judging by the radar, it's probably a good decision that they decided to do that. I don't know why the radar is picking up 129-mile-an-hour winds somewhere. That doesn't make any sense. Why is it doing that? Where is it showing that? Radars will be radars. Okay, yeah. Memes. It's just very close to the radar. It's radar contamination. There's an outflow boundary around here. By the way, no, this is not a CCG drop. That is in the hail core. So yeah, we have a whole bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings in Colorado. Looks like these two down here were one for quarter-sized hail and one for ping-pong ball-sized hail. One including Pueblo and one near Colorado Springs. They have both been canceled. This one near Lamont, which I believe is Elbert and Lincoln counties. This is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail, which I believe they might upgrade that, considering that there is 70 dBz on the radar right there. Let's look a bit to the north. That includes Washington and Adams County. I don't have to keep clicking it. I keep forgetting I don't have to keep clicking it. That is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Let's go to Washington County. This one is 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Weld County, I believe. Nope, that one's been canceled. Okay, so yeah, we just have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in Colorado now. But we do have one in Nebraska in Cheyenne County. That's warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds and $half sized hail. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. Either something was canceled or something was added because it sent me back up to the top. I think this might have been updated. Okay, so this over here is tornado warning for West Farmington, Ohio. Looks like a mid-level meso is about to pass over West Farmington. There's a bit of mid-level rotation in there, but it's not very strong, so not much right now. So yeah, that's what we got so far. By the way, so yeah, my friends are gonna. I'm trying to get my friends to help me out here, but they don't really have to. So yeah. By the way, don't mind what's on my screen. I'm just in a random group chat, so yeah, don't mind that. Just looking through stuff. One's about to fall asleep, and one is AFK, so can't do much. They're the ones that usually help with the stream, but yeah. So it looks like I'm kind of on my own for right now. Looks like this severe thunderstorm warning, the northern one in the northern St. Louis metro is about to expire here. Same with this severe thunderstorm warning over here in Adams and Washington County over here. Considering they will most likely extend the severe thunderstorm warning because there's still a pretty big hail core there. The Washington County one, which is over here, will most likely also expire, and that I would expect that to expire. Hail core is mostly gone. And then all the others expire in around 45 minutes. So I'm just going to keep this on the West Farmington one, and I'm going to go downstairs and see if my package has arrived to set up this monitor. So I will be right back. Let me just find this so I can No, not what I want. Still trying to, I'm trying to find a thing that I can use to say I'll be right back. So yeah, there we go. Let me just set my screen to that real quick. Go to here. I am back, but I do have to set up this monitor over here, because I bought a cable to where I can do that. At least I think I can do it. So let me just see if this works. If it doesn't, then I'll have to return this, which is kind of annoying. Well, actually, it won't, because it was only like $3. So I can set up this monitor, hopefully. So let me just go over here, unplug this, plug this in. Let me get up, and I will plug in this to this monitor over here, and hopefully that way I can get this monitor set up. Hopefully this will work. Whoops. So, yep, I'm just plugging this in. Hopefully it works. Oh, it needs a cord, doesn't it? It needs another cord. To, like, power it. So let me go search for that. Oh. Hopefully I didn't throw away that cable. No HDMI 1 cable. I thought this would work. Display port to this. It may not. Any other tornado warnings since I've been gone for like 5 minutes? Nope. In fact, this is canceled. Give me a minute. So I am back. Yeah, I was fixing the monitor, so I now have 3 monitors set up. It was very confusing because one of them was not showing up, and then we realized we had to go to display settings on it and just completely fix it in general. So, now I've got everything set up. Yep, so I've got the radar over here, which you can see over here. I gotta turn off, I'll be right back. So there we go. That's all set up right there. Got Discord, got the monitor over here, and so yeah. Let's go right here. This is what we want right here. So, let's go back over those severe thunderstorm warnings. I think I'm actually muted. No, I'm not. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Severe thunderstorm warnings. We have severe thunderstorm warning in Maine for Hancock County. This includes 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. We also have one up there near Astruc. Aroostook. Way up there, that is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Next, let's go to Illinois and Missouri, mainly Missouri. The northern St. Louis Metro, that is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. You can see on the radar here, very strong winds there, probably up to around 70 miles an hour. Some areas. North in St. Peter's. Next, let's go over Nebraska and Colorado. Nebraska, severe thunderstorm warning in Cheyenne County, Nebraska for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Next, let's go to, it's not Weld. I believe that's Lincoln County? Nope, that's further south. Logan County, I think. I believe that's Logan County. One of these is a Washington. Okay, yeah, Logan County up here. That is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. The one in Washington County, I didn't have to click that twice, but I did, is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. And the one to the south of it, for Lincoln County, Colorado, is for 60-mile-an-hour winds. Actually, it has been canceled. So, since it has reached time for it to expire, it has expired. Actually, no, it hasn't. Yeah, okay, it did. It is now expired. Or no, it hasn't expired. It was actually canceled, which is interesting. So, yeah. So that's all that there is at the moment. There was a tornado warning in Ohio earlier, but that has been allowed to expire. I will show you the cell that produced that tornado warning, though, just to the south of Cleveland. It accidentally selected. No, okay, there we go. This was the cell that produced it, and doesn't look that strong anymore. It was over West Farmington. It is now not as strong anymore. Could be ramping back up, but probably not. We are still watching these areas down here along the coast for potential development. They may issue a downstream watch. It just depends on how the threat develops over time. So, yeah, after that, we have to watch this area. There was a very strong cell that produced a couple of tornadoes from Gordon, went through up through Luke, went all the way to Fort Gaines, just pretty much all the way up here. It was a pretty intense tornado, and it looked amazing on radar. So yeah, that's the overview of what's happening right now. Not too much right now, but there is more to watch. So be prepared for more if you're in the area of you know. Speaking of which, actually, I should show where the area is so you can look out for it. So let me change OBS over to window capture number 2. Nope, not what I want. I want the other one. Nope. Okay, I'll just use this. So this is where the risk is. If we go to day 1 convective outlook, there is a 5% tornado risk over southern Alabama, southwestern Georgia, and parts of the Florida Panhandle. That is a slight risk area, and the 2% in area extends all the way up through central Georgia. There's also a 5% wind threat in that area. The enhanced, so there is a there's also two other areas, 3 other areas I'll include. There's one big. I'll just include the slight and the marginal, 2 slights and a marginal. So let's look over the big slight area from northern Kentucky all the way over to northeast Colorado. There's a 2% tornado risk in northern Kentucky, in the northeast Colorado, northwestern Kansas, and western Nebraska, along with a 30% hatch chance of wind. So that will likely, the stuff right now will likely evolve into a big wind threat, and the hail threat is 15%. Now let's look over here to this other slight area, which has a 2% tornado risk and 15 wind, 15 hail. That is for mainly northern Ohio, extending all the way to New Jersey. There's also an area in Maine, less than 2% tornado risk and 5 hail, 5 wind, but it did have a tornado warning in it earlier that may have hit the southern part of a town, but it was too hard to tell because of too much contamination. So right now, let's just look at the day 2 and the day 3. Day 2 is an enhanced risk over northern Illinois and Ohio and parts of northern Indiana and parts of southwestern Michigan. There's a 5% tornado risk, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, northern Indiana, southern Michigan, and most of central and eastern Iowa. This also includes a tiny bit of Ohio. There's also a 2% tornado risk for the Carolinas and parts of central and south Georgia. The wind threat is 30% across northern Illinois in that area, then under the enhanced risk. There's also a 5% in eastern Colorado. Then there's also a 5% on where the 2% tornado risk is in the Carolinas and Georgia. The hail risk is 15% significant hail over southeastern Iowa, northeastern Missouri, and northwestern Illinois. I believe it also includes a smidge of Wisconsin, but it's not enough to be, it's not enough for me to mention it really, even though I just did. The hail threat also extends into northeast Colorado. So yeah, that is expected to be a pretty significant day. So let's look at the models for that. Let's look at the HRRRs. Let's look at the 18Z. 18Z HRRR for tomorrow. Go back a bit. So let's see, surface-based CAPE of some areas up to 5,000. Supercells in across northern Illinois, and eventually more pop up in Iowa and southern Wisconsin. Big line evolves, extending all the way down into Kansas. Likely become a grungy mess eventually, as you can see by this. Now let's check the NAM 3K, which is not terribly reliable, but it's something, so it's something to look at. So, again, it shows even more across northern Illinois before the main line fires in Iowa, and it shows several lines instead of just one forming up. It shows squall line going through the Kansas City metro area, but, by the way, don't take these as gospel. Don't. That's a bad idea. So, yeah. That is what the NAM 3K is looking like. And 21Z Wrap is also coming out. 21Z Wrap is, it's not very high resolution, but it does show you what it's expecting. So, let's look. It's showing surface cape, again, around 4,000, 5,000 in certain areas. 21Z Wrap, let's take sounding from the Butte. That is a pretty good photograph right there. Credit angle 75, 4,500 cape in that area. That is pretty interesting right there. I'm at my friend who lives in northern Illinois. So yeah, the wrap is getting some decent soundings out of that area. It gets even more sculpted as the night goes along, which is interesting, at least according to the wrap. But again, don't take these as gospel. Take them as not a forecast. Don't take them as a forecast. Take them as like guidance on what will happen. Not, don't say, oh, this will happen. Take it as what the models are saying might happen. That becomes capped overnight. So yeah, very interesting day ahead for tomorrow. I will most likely be streaming. Tornado warning, Proctor, Colorado. Let me change back over to GR2. So right here, Colorado, northeast Colorado, yet again, we have a tornado warning in effect. Two, actually. One in Logan County and one in Washington County. They are both radar indicated. One is the one in Washington County has ping pong ball size hail, and the one in Logan County has $half size hail. So as you can see right here, pretty tight couplet right in there. I believe this is one in Logan County, or no, this is Washington County. Logan County to the north of it. We should probably use the Cheyenne radar instead of the Denver radar, considering it is closer. This is right along Sterling. This is yep. So that Sterling area. What do you want? Yeah, so right along the Sterling area, there is a pretty decent VROT symbol there. That doesn't mean everything, but it is kind of important to know. So that's a pretty contaminated mess in there, but there could be something in there in north of Sterling. Let's go over the severe thunderstorm warnings. Maine, Hancock County. This was part of a tornado warning that affected probably southern Lincolnville. There may have been a tornado. It looks like the cell has gone completely out to sea and out of the warning. That will be expiring in 12 minutes, but may be canceled prematurely. Let's go to Illinois. Northern St. Louis Metro. This is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and a quarter-sized hail. As you can see, just right next to the radar, very strong winds. We're also getting okay, that's That V-Rot's broken, by the way. This is not an actual V-Rot. It's contamination that's causing the V-Rot. So yeah, the V-Rot is not actually... That's not the actual V-Rot, but that is very strong winds just north of the radar, and it got even stronger. Northern St. Louis Metro looks like we've got 80-mile-an-hour winds in some places. We're getting a couple of pixels of like 80. So that is very interesting right there. That could be a very strong wind threat across the northern St. Louis Metro. I'm going to take a screenshot and send that to my friend real quick, who lives in that area. Yeah, it looks like we are getting 60 to 75 mile an hour winds in that area. Why is that on my screen? Close that. Close that. So yeah, there is a pretty interesting wind event going on across there. Let's go back to these tornado warnings in Colorado. The one across Washington County looks to be actually kind of organized in some places, but it's not very strong. If we go over to the one up in Logan County, though, that one is big contaminated mess. We should not use the Denver radar. We should use the Cheyenne radar, considering that it is closer. It chooses the one that is in the jurisdiction of chooses the radar that is from the jurisdiction that covers the warning. But even though it's in Denver's area, the Cheyenne radar is closer. Yeah, goodness. Yep, so including St. Louis County with new severe thunderstorm warning in Missouri. Very strong winds just north of the St. Louis radar. I don't know what happened to the winds. They seem to have had a stroke and died. Yeah, next update should fix it. In the meantime, I'm going to @ my friend on Twitter and tell him to... Daniel Shaw, I can't show it because copyright, but people are parking under overpasses in St. Louis to avoid the hail, which is a terrible idea. Do not do that. If there's a tornado warning in your area, go east. Or if the tornado warning is moving east, then go east, and then eventually south. Same thing. If it's going north, then go north, and then eventually to the east. Selma in Pennsylvania might go tornado warn here soon. I believe that's north of Pittsburgh. Yep, right here near Ford City and Shea. That might go tornado warned here soon. It's north of Pittsburgh. I'm retweeting my friend's tweet about it. Farmington, Ohio. The base on that was pretty interesting there. I'm getting a DM from my friend about stuff. Eventually, severe weather in the area. Okay, yeah. Goodness. So yeah, let me DM in real quick. So yeah, just paying attention to this real quick. Okay, let's get back to it. So yeah, cell north of Elderton, Pennsylvania, currently on top of Shea, has a bit of rotation on it, so we might want to stay aware of that. Go back over to Logan and Washington counties in Colorado, which currently have tornado warnings. Logan County to the north. Allergies. Logan County to the north, it looks like a pretty contaminated mess in there, so I'm not sure why they warned that, but hey, they know better than we do. And then let's check this over here in Washington County. Not very strong rotation on it anymore. Tornado warning continues for Washington County. It is not confirmed, and it continues for the next 20 minutes. Let me make sure I'm streaming the right stuff. Yes, I am. So, yeah, over here, St. Louis, very strong straight line winds in this area. For some reason, it is not loading, though, which is kind of annoying. We are getting gusts of 60 miles an hour. Let's hope it loads now. Nope, looks like I'm gonna have to restart GR2, so give me 1 second. Nope, don't want Google Chrome. Ugh. GR2 Analyst. Okay, there we go. So let me put this over here. Zoom into that. So yeah, let's go back to the tornado warnings after I start pulling here. So yeah, we currently have tornado warning Logan County, Colorado, Washington County, Colorado. We have severe thunderstorm warnings Illinois, Missouri, Colorado, and yeah. And we also have a rotating storm north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. For some reason, GR2 is deciding not to pull winds from St. Louis, which is kind of annoying. Check the airport radar. Let's see if that gives me a better idea. Airport radar doesn't have anything. That's very confusing. Let me check radar scope. Let me see if it shows winds on there or if it's just the radar that's kind of broken. So let me check the St. Louis area. For now, we do have Washington County, Colorado over here. Very broad rotation for that tornado warning. But it was stronger when the tornado warning was issued. Let's go up here in Logan County. Contaminated mess up here, but it's there might be a small area of rotation, but just got rid of it. I'm trying to check the St. Louis area, see if there is if velocities are loading on here. Yes, they are. I wonder why they're not loading on GR2. Yeah, we're getting winds of 60 miles an hour on the radar. Some areas up to 70. I'm still confused on why it's not pulling stuff from that area for velocities on GR2. There we go, finally. Sheesh. Wonder what that was all about. But now it's finally pulling velocities from the St. Louis radar. Pretty strong winds there, getting reports of 60-mile-an-hour gusts in the area. So yeah, Logan County, Colorado, right up here. Go to this radar, Cheyenne. So Logan County, Colorado. This is warned for radar indicated rotation. The hail size is less than 3/4 inches, which is interesting. Then next, the Washington County one. Click on that. Down there, it's warned for also less than 1.75 inch hail. I mean, less than 0.75 inch hail. Neither of these are confirmed. They are just tornado warnings. No confirmed tornado at this time. Rotation was stronger on them when they were warned, but they since calmed down. Move this over here. We do have a that's contaminated down there. Looks like. If that's not, that's a pretty strong couplet down there. But looks like it's contaminated for right now. So yeah. Let me move back over to let's go to the Gulf Coast, Gulf of Mexico. There is an area we need to watch in the Florida Panhandle for still a couple of tornadoes possible. So yeah, there was a long track cell that went all the way from Gordon all the way north, all the way up to central Georgia. Georgia tornado warning for Appling County until 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Radar indicated rotation. We do have a nice thick little couple right there. We might have a CC drop on that, so that could be a tornado on the ground at this time. No, okay, new radar scan, and it's gone. Well, that went piercing fast. So yeah, that, let me check previous scans. See if it was pretty strong, and then it seems to have either died, or the inflow is not showing up at all, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, that was a pretty strong couple there for a while. And then it just decided to have a stroke and die. They may have produced a small tornado there, but it seems to have chilled out a bit there. So let's go over to these other tornado warnings that expire in 15 minutes, but they may be canceled beforehand due to lack of rotation. We go to the southern one down here in Washington County. Barely any rotation on it. There was more rotation when the tornado warning was issued, but it has since calmed down. Let's go up to, let's click the Cheyenne radar and go up to the one in Logan County. Near Sterling and the Liff, I think that's how you say it. Not much happening up there right now. So yeah, that's what we were looking at for right now. Missouri, another severe thunderstorm warning behind this thing in St. Louis. St. Louis is currently under severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. So far, that is verifying with 60-mile-an-hour winds. The quarter-sized hail, you can see a tiny bit of hail on radar, but it's not terribly much. By the way, don't mind VROT down here. Whenever it's really close to the radar, it shows stuff like that. There's also stuff to the north up here near New London, Missouri. That is warned for, I believe that is the newest warning. So it's only in 2 counties, or in Rawls. That is for 60-mile-an-hour wind and quarter-sized hail. Quarter-sized hail. Whole bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings. One including Pueblo County. I believe this is Pueblo County. No, it's the one south of Pueblo County. This includes 3 counties. Okay, so yeah, this is Pueblo, Las Aminas, and Huerfano County in Colorado. This goes until this is in effect for almost another 45 minutes. Big hail, pretty big hail core on that is warned for half-dollar sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Kit Carson and Yuma over here near the Goodland radar. We got a report of 82-mile-an-hour winds from a station located in Lemon. That is pretty strong winds right there. Yeah, so looking over here, Kit Carson area, Kit Carson County, we do have some very strong winds in that area. Okay, let me just, yeah, so basically it's just a big line, which is damaging wind threat over there. This cell in Georgia might try and cycle again. Also watching a cell to the north of it. They're going to Tor warn that. They're going to Tor warn that one right there. This one's warned right here. This one, they're going to Tor warn that. Let me check the other radar, see how it looks on there. It's downloading. It's taking a while. Considering how this one looks on that radar, oh yeah, they're gonna tornado warn that. The one just to the north of it as well. They're gonna tornado warn that, and that's gonna be heading for Reidsville and Johnson Corner, Georgia. So yeah, that's gonna be another tornado warning issued here shortly. I'd be very surprised if that does not go tornado warned. Down here in Tallahassee. It's loading. So yeah, over here, this line right here, not much rotation in it, mainly just a gusty wind threat in that area. So, but the cells we're mainly watching are over here in southern Georgia. Right there, and there's another one right up here that I'm surprised they have not tornado warned that. It's to the north of the other tornado warning. That could be a CC drop? No, it's not light up. But looking at the other radar that's close to it. Yeah, over here, again, relatively strong couplet right here. They're gonna tornado warn that. Yep, got stronger. So they're gonna tornado warn that. I'd be very surprised if they don't tornado warn the one in just to the north of the current tornado warning. So yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. This tornado warning right here, this tornado warning up here. Let's see this. Oh, that might have a CC drop. No, never mind. Sorry, inflow. But yeah, that's a very, very strong couplet right there. There could be a CC drop on the next one though. Considering it is pretty strong right there. So let me go over to Google Earth. Let's see if there is anything located in that area. Oh, God, allergies are killing me, man. South of the interstate, Hazelhurst. of Hazelhurst. In this area. Yeah, it looks like it is, again, going over, all these tornadoes have gone over wildlife management areas. So this cell right here is going over a wildlife management area, so if there is a tornado on the ground, it is not hitting much besides trees. Down here, there is that tornado warning, but it has since weakened. I'm really paying attention to this one up here. Next update should be out here soon. And we can see how that evolves. One's in Colorado, and by the way, the two tornado warnings in God, need more water. The two tornado warnings in Colorado are pretty weak at the moment, so that's why I'm not covering those. There is a large hail threat up there, though. So, let's see. Nope, new update is not out yet. Still waiting on a new update from there. But if this thing keeps going on the path that it is going, that will be heading towards... It's passing over this area. That is headed towards Toombs Central and Cedar Crossing. Very surprised this has not been tornado warned yet. Can't tell if that's the new update or not. No CC drop associated. It's not lined up. Tornado warning continues for that cell in Georgia. Okay. I can't tell what it's doing. That could be a line. That could be a CC drop in there. But I doubt it. Okay, yeah, this is merging with another cell, and the cell to the south is doing stuff. This right here, yeah, still pretty strong rotation over here. Headed towards, St. Curry. Doesn't look like there is a... no CC drop associated with that. These tornado warnings in Colorado have 4 minutes till they expire and have not been reissued, so I doubt they will be reissued. Top priority is these tornado warnings. Sorry, I'm not talking much. The stuff near St. Louis. Yeah, there's stuff. Okay, Northern St. Louis cell, it does have stuff in it, but it's not, it's mainly wind and hail. Not too much right now. Still waiting for an update. I-65 is shut down near milepost 137.9 in Alabama. Large fire blocking the interstate. Waiting for new scan on this. Still watching the yeah, right up here. I'd be very surprised if they don't eventually tor warn this one. They got 2 areas of rotation in it. That it's a CC drop, maybe, but I doubt it. New update. Doesn't look like there is a CC drop right now. But down here there is nothing. There's definitely a couplet, but there's no CC drop right now. By the way, if you see anything political on this screen over here, I'm not associated with it. Please don't cancel me. Okay, up in South Dakota, severe thunderstorm warning, and that is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. That is just north of Rapid City. That's a wimpy little cell to be producing quarter-sized hail, but that's... Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay, yeah, the new scan on that. Wow, that really picked up. Stuff over here in Colorado is still going off. It's severe thunderstorm warnings for mainly wind now, looks like. Wind and hail. You can see very, very big squall line here developing. MCS, whatever. Very strong winds. Very strong winds associated with it. 77-mile-an-hour wind gusts reported in St. Louis. Nothing interesting right now. Well, I mean, there is that tornado warning. We should probably go back to that. I didn't get much sleep last night, so please don't blame me for being tired. And that cell appears to have just died. Because funny. So yeah, that cell is basically dead. For right now, at least. So yeah, still watching these cells in Georgia. Severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for parts of Kansas and Nebraska. That includes Ogallala, Nebraska, North Platte, Nebraska, Lexington, Nebraska, Holdridge, Nebraska, and McCook, Nebraska, along with Phillipsburg, Kansas, Colby, Kansas, Goodland, Kansas, Hayes, Kansas, and Scott City, Kansas. This is right outside of Garden City. My friend is recording 60 to 70 mile an hour winds in St. Louis. Yep, severe thunderstorm watch has been issued. I will go over that in just 1 second. Still waiting for it to pop up as a watch. Having to refresh the page. Not showing up yet. Let's go back to that tornado warning in Georgia, see if anything has changed since we've looked at it. Okay, yeah, new scan's out. One to the north is completing its merge. It's really trying, but it's not doing much. One over here has broad rotation again, but it's not very strong right now. Still, the weather watch for parts of Kansas and Nebraska has not loaded. So yeah, I'm just waiting for that. Oh hey Steven, what's up?
Hey, are you streaming?
Not right now.
Oh, okay.
No, I
That's
am. I am.
there. I'll
I.
be in here in a little bit. I have to go mow right now.
All right.
See you in a minute, man.
All right. Yeah, Steven usually comes in here and tries to embarrass me, so that's why I said I wasn't streaming, so I could turn him down real quick. It's just Steven. Yeah, so current tornado warning in Georgia, not terribly strong right now. We up in South Dakota, we do have severe thunderstorm warning Pennsylvania for Butler, Lawrence, and Mercer counties. That is north of Pittsburgh. That does have a little bit of rotation on it, or is that was this one over here near Elderton? Not as much rotation on it as it used to have, but it's still a little bit over there. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to watch there. Is my friend Jake online? No, he's not. If you don't know Tornado Jake, go follow him on Twitter at, I believe it's just at Tornado Jake. Or it's I don't think it's Tornado Jake, but his username on Twitter is Tornado Jake. I don't think that's his at, but it is his username on Twitter. So yeah, go follow him. He's pretty chill. I need to move some of this stuff. This is I've got way too many cords over here. Scoot this back a bit. Phone's at enough percentage. Place this over here. Earbuds can go over here. Let's go over to these severe thunderstorm warnings. Southern Colorado. We're up to the north. We are getting 60 to 80 mile an hour gusts, along with that nice little front up there. But over here we have some isolated cells in southern Colorado producing up to 1 or 2 inch hail. By the way, no, that's not a strong couplet. That is just contamination. And plus, it's even in dry. It's even in clear air. So, I mean, like, yeah. And by the way, I will be right back. I'm gonna go do some stuff real quick. I have returned. Tornado warning has been canceled, but oh no. This is from an hour ago, but it's so earlier this morning I was covering the severe weather threat, and there was a tornado, and it's just to the south of Bruton, moving north, and it looks like it died right before Bruton, but it at 7:35 a.m. This is a delayed report. Escambia County Emergency Manager reports tornado, 20 injuries. 15 to 20 injuries from a tornado that touched down in East Bruton. Most were minor injuries. However, there were 2 serious injuries, significant damage to many structures in the area. So this was there was likely a pretty big tornado there. Just to it was north or south of Bruton. In East Bruton, so that was in Bruton. So yeah, we did have a tornado in Bruton, and that did cause some serious damage and some injuries. Tornado warning storm near Sterling, Colorado. Reed intercepted it. Obvious wall cloud, but there was no tornado. It doesn't seem like.
A little bit of hail coming in left to right.
That is loud. That is really loud.
Brake lights up here and probably big wind.
Yeah, so some pretty big hail coming out of Colorado on that tornado and storm earlier. Okay, now I can probably read the severe thunderstorm watch. It says severe thunderstorm watch for northwestern Kansas and southwestern Nebraska. Summary: storms will continue to merge and organize into intense and well-organized line of storms as they move out of eastern Colorado and southern Nebraska Panhandle into western Kansas and southwest Nebraska. Damaging winds can be expected this evening, with significant wind gusts potentially in excess of 75 miles an hour. Isolated large hail is possible as well, and a brief tornado could also occur, particularly with any embedded circulations. The severe thunderstorm watch is approximately along I-110 statute miles north and south of a line from 35 miles northwest of Goodland, Kansas to 45 miles northeast of Hill City, Kansas. For complete depiction of the watch, see Associated Outline Update, blah, blah. So, predictabilities, possibility of 2 or more tornadoes, 20%. Possibility of 1 or more strong tornadoes, that is below 2%. Probability of 10 or more severe wind events, that is 80%. Probability of 1 or more severe wind events over 65 knots, which is like 70 something miles an hour, is 50%. Probability of 10 or more severe hail events is 40%, and probability of 1 or more hailstones over 2 inches is 30%. I actually need to, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I need to go downstairs and take my pills real quick. So, give me 1 second here. And I'm back. There we go. There we go. Allergy pills and pills for pain in my back because of a nerve infraction in the leg. So, yeah. That's why there's so many. But yeah, anything new? If you're throwing some warnings. Alright, so yeah, still working on stuff. Mesoscale discussion: Eastern Ohio, Western Pennsylvania. Watch probability is 40%, so we have 40% chance of a watch in that area. That's empty. Sorry if I'm not talking much. There's not much to talk about right now. Only some severe thunderstorm warnings in Missouri. Oh, we do actually have some thunderstorm wind damage reports coming out of Missouri. Via Twitter, multiple large tree limbs down. A large tree and 1.5 feet in diameter was blown over. Hail up to 1 inch is being reported. NWS employee reports 8-inch tree limbs down, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, and almost an inch tree limb down. So that is, there are some pretty big thunderstorm wind reports coming out of that area at the moment. Newsfield thunderstorm warning, South Dakota. Actually, no, that's a continuation. Never mind. It's not, well, I mean, it's not even a continuation, it's just continuous severe thunderstorm warning. So, yeah, not talking much right now. There's not much to talk about. I mean, So, yeah, Yuma, Colorado, the big line of severe storms moving down through that area. As you can see by here, very strong winds down there. By the way, don't care about VROT down here. It's all contamination. Is that a CC? No. No, it is not. Just very, very strong winds along this entire line in Colorado, about to move into Kansas. Anything embedded any embedded supercells have a small possibility of producing possibly a weak tornado, but that's about it. Not too much right now. God, I'm tired. My friend Steven said that he would join, but he had to mow the lawn first. By the way, don't mind anything you see on my screen. It's just for memes. Because memes. So, yeah. Not too much right now. Just some severe thunderstorm warnings. New severe thunderstorm. Actually, it looks like new severe thunderstorm warning. South Dakota. We're getting reports of 1-inch hail from out of that area just north of Rapid City. See right here, this cell just popped up. There we go. And it's already got some pretty big hail on it. So that's interesting. We got two areas. We got two severe thunderstorm warnings in Missouri. Well, technically three, but two severe thunderstorms. One was in the St. Louis metro, is now seeming to either die or is going to screet. I think it's dying because there's an outflow boundary out in front of it. So yeah, that's looks like that's dying. And north of Bowling Green, looks like there is it's just a big wind threat moving towards the St. Louis metro yet again. So, not too much to look at. There's severe thunderstorm warning in Pennsylvania, but and that expires in 15 minutes. That is for Mercer, Pennsylvania. That looks like some, just mainly a small hail threat, for right now at least. So yeah, not too much going on right now. Man, you know what? Let's look at some of the models for tomorrow. Don't mind Twitter. So, 0Z models don't come out for another hour, or actually 2 hours. So, it's going to be a while till we see that. But, looks like the main threat for tomorrow will be northern Illinois and central Iowa, that area. You can see right here, we have pretty big cells. Chicago metro area moving into Michigan. And then this big mess thing that will have the potential for tornadoes early in its lifetime and will eventually become a big mess MCS. NAM3K does show about the same solution, but it is showing it actually becoming a bit stronger. It's showing stronger cells in the same areas, but it's also showing the MCS actually being a squall line instead of just a messy storm system. Also, it's interesting to look at that in pretty much across the entire U.S., right here. Look right here. Vermont thing, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, northern Georgia, southern Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, all the way into Mexico. It's showing NAM 3K is just going all out across the entire region. NAM 3K is showing a pretty significant tornado threat across Vermont, which is quite interesting. Also, Pennsylvania area is also showing a relatively strong, a relatively large threat there as well. Small photographs, but it's enough to get the job done. As you can see right here, that's enough. As we go farther down into West Virginia, right there, that's a pretty decent sounding right there. Let's go back into the Midwest in the Ohio Valley region. That looks bad. Actually, no, it doesn't. Never mind. Never mind. That is actually a pretty decent sounding right there. Problem is, it's contaminated. Can't find a non-contaminated one, so this is the best I can get. So, yeah, pretty decent photograph there. So that could do something. If we look at Louisiana, northern Louisiana, low shear, but that's it's mainly a linear threat, as you can see right here in DFW metro area. That's a pretty linear threat right there. Out in West Texas, there's like zero cape. Actually, no, there's a bit of cape out there. It does show some pretty big hailers out there. That's contaminated though. So, yeah. It's pretty interesting, though. And then let's go to the next day on the NAM, the regular NAM. And it shows, next day, nothing, pretty much. I mean, there could be a small threat. Dang it, didn't want to do that. So, yeah, like, let's check Louisiana coast. Probably nothing, though. Yeah, nothing. So, there's pretty much nothing. So, eventually we go into the long-range models, which are not the most accurate. Where we're just watching them as you see Cape surges back up here into Kansas. That's capped. If there's an area that's not capped, that'd be amazing. Actually, further south it gets, the more capped it gets, which is kind of annoying. So let's go up here, central Kansas. That's decent. That doesn't look capped, but it's, compared to the temperature, the dew points are not very high. So, yeah, that's not great. Let's go to the next day. This is getting into far out territory, so don't necessarily trust it, like, barely at all. This just gives you an idea of what it's expecting. That's decent-ish. Yeah, that can do it. Yeah. So, yeah, not much there. At least nothing organized. Nothing organized there. It's oh, actually, that's it. But that's getting into way far out territory. That's almost 200 hours out. Don't trust anything over 200 hours, like, at all. Because if you do, then you will be very disappointed. Yeah, so don't. Just don't. So yeah, let's just get back to what we were looking at earlier. Let me change it back to screens. Change it back to GR number 2. And right there. Alright, so let's get back to it. Severe thunderstorm warning. I'll go over all the current severe thunderstorm warnings. Missouri, we have 3. One in the southern St. Louis metro that is moving out of the St. Louis metro. It looks like an outflow boundary is killing it, though. So that seems to be dying pretty fast. But then we look to the north, and we've got another cell up here near Bowling Green, Missouri. Looks like a pretty substantial hail and wind threat coming out of that again, moving towards the St. Louis metro. Let's go to Pennsylvania. We do have one severe thunderstorm warning in Pennsylvania, north of Pittsburgh. Also, if you see me itching my nose, the allergies are killing me out here. So yeah, if we look over here on this, that's a pretty decent storm over there. It's a low-end severe thunderstorm warning. That. Already look at that. Let's go over to Florida. Florida has a severe thunderstorm warning over the KEVX radar. In this general area. I doubt it's possible just for very strong winds, which you can see off the radar. We do have to watch these cells in central Georgia, though, because one was tornado warned earlier. So the environment over here is pretty unstable. Yeah, you see right there, there's a little bit of rotation there, a little bit of rotation over there on these cells in central Georgia. Then let's go over to South Dakota for Lawrence and Meade counties. There's also the other one in South Dakota includes Butte County. Yeah, pretty much substantial hailers. That's about it. Maybe a bit of a wind threat moving to the north of Rapid City. And then finally Colorado. Pretty self-explanatory. Big hail and wind threat right there across Colorado. This is all contamination. There's no actual tornado there. It's all just contamination. VROD is getting very confused. I mean, what is that? Contamination.mp4. That's what that is. See, if you see something like that, look on the top right. If you see something like that, that is contamination. If the colors around it don't match it, that is contamination. Also, contamination usually happens if it's embedded inside the storm. So that is not a radar signature of a giant EF6 tornado. That is just contamination. And also, I use EF6 ironically. So yeah, that's currently what's going on. Get back to here. So not much going on at the moment, but yeah. Also isolated cell down here, exiting Pueblo County. Looks like it has become sub-severe. Maybe? It's barely severe. Including Tempest, Colorado. That's about it. It's not really gonna... I doubt it's gonna do much. My webcam... Oh, my webcam's blocking it. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's better. VROD doesn't matter as much. There we go, that's better. Not too much happening right now. So I'm going to create a bulletin for tomorrow right now. Because tomorrow looks very, very interesting across the Midwest. I'm expecting they will probably go 10% tornado risk on the new day one when it comes out. So I will most likely be covering tomorrow because the day was a 5%, and I woke up at like 6:30 to cover it. So I think I should cover tomorrow. I probably won't be covering it early tomorrow because I have to. I'm probably gonna get not much sleep tonight, and then I gotta go do stuff at 1. I gotta go to a baseball game. Then after that, I should be free to do stuff. I mean, I could watch a baseball game on TV, but after going to a baseball game in person, I think that would be enough baseball for one day. Yeah, so not too much going on right now. Hence why I am playing with the blinds. If something does happen, I will talk about it. But not much is happening. Actually, yes, we do have news of your thunderstorm warning. Nebraska for Chase and Perkins County for the next hour. That's out ahead of the main line, and that's, again, contaminated. Very heavily contaminated in that area. Contamination. Don't trust this area. It's all contaminated. So yeah, not much going on right now. There's a cell that's completely contaminated, but that's about it. I mean, nothing else besides that. Oh, hey, Steven, what's up?
Hey, it is so hot.
Well, yeah, isn't it like 100 degrees where you are?
It is exactly 100 degrees. You would be correct.
It has not hit 100 here, like, all year.
Lucky.
Texas moment just doesn't reach 100 for some reason. Oh, go ahead, Steven.
But it's most definitely hit 100 here.
Yeah. So no current tornado warnings. It's just a few severe thunderstorm warnings for that squall line in Kansas moving into Nebraska. The squall line in Colorado moving into Kansas and Nebraska. And there's also there's a few isolated cells in South Dakota, but that's about it.
Are you talking to your stream or to me?
Both.
Okay. I just didn't want to interrupt you. Have you gotten any tornadoes today from this hurricane crap?
Yes, I did. I did cover a few tornadoes, mostly this morning. But, yeah, there were a few tornadoes that I was able to cover. I did leave before the big one, though, so that was kind of annoying. I had to go, do stuff.
What was the big one and where was it?
It was in... where was it? It was, trying to think of where it was. It was in western Georgia. Had a very nice hook echo on it. But decided, hey, how about I pop up when this kid decides to leave his stream because his internet has to get reset. So yeah, that's what happened.
I see there's a ton of warnings out west.
Yeah, but they're all severe thunderstorm warnings. There's been no tornado warnings for approximately 30 minutes. There was one in Georgia earlier, but it did not produce a tornado.
Yeah, this line doesn't look like one of those spin-up kind of swell lines either.
Yeah. They said there's currently a 20% chance of 1 or 2 tornadoes in this squall line, according to the Severe Thunderstorm Watch.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not.
your mic is dying.
Called a phone. It's my phone mic.
Yeah, I can hear it. You okay? I'll take that as a no. Steven, do you have a computer that you can use?
Yes, but I'm not currently at it.
Alright. So yeah, I'm currently drawing up a discussion for tomorrow. Tomorrow looks like a bigger severe weather day, and then today...
Where is it for anywhere around here?
It's for the Midwest all the way down into Kansas.
When is Kansas the MCS risk or more the...
No, Kansas is like maybe isolated overnight risk.
Oh, then no way, Jose.
I'm drawing up a discussion for that real quick on a whiteboard.
On a whiteboard?
Yes.
My man. What? What did he say?
I'm using a whiteboard.
So you're like physically writing on a whiteboard your discussion?
Yes.
Folks, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, so it looks like a big MCS. Oh, he left. Okay. So yeah, it looks like isolated cells in Illinois moving in. Isolated cells in Iowa moving into Illinois overnight. Looks like in Iowa there's the main tornado threat, and then with the MCS there comes a smaller tornado threat in Illinois moving into Indiana. So yeah, I'm currently drawing up the discussion literally on a whiteboard. So it's talking about the potential for tomorrow. Alright. That's not very good. Whoops. Made Kentucky way too big. Whoops. Nope. Man. Yeah, so drawing up the discussion right now. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot. There's not any tornado warnings right now. I'll go over the current ones, actually. So let's go over them one by one. South Dakota. 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect in near Rapid City. For one of them is for a quarter-inch size hail. One of them is for golf ball sized hail. And one of them is for a quarter-sized hail. So Yeah, there's 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. One is headed towards northern Rapid City and the radar, and the other 2 are headed north of that. Actually, it looks like 2 cells, and one just has 2 severe warnings on it. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. We did get a report of 1-inch hail over Belforche. I'm bad with names. Yeah, so that's that. And then Nebraska. Okay, Nebraska, and Kansas. Nebraska and currently Colorado. We've got this big line here with it's full of contamination. That's not a big tornado. That's just contamination right there. So it's big line of wind moving towards Kansas and southern Nebraska from Colorado. That's what we're looking at right there. Indiana, severe thunderstorm warning. Northern Indiana, southern Michigan. That is a cell coming from Lake Erie onshore. So that's pretty interesting. That is moving towards the Fort Wayne area. It looks like a bit to the north of it. Florida. Severe thunderstorm warning over the radar. I'm betting this is torp possible, but I can't really see. No, not from what I can see. It's not torp possible, but yeah, and there's barely any rotation in it anyway, so nothing right now along that line in Florida from the tropical storm Claudette. Then we have this threat in Missouri and Illinois from these 2 cells. This one's dying because of an outflow boundary they got out in front of it, but the one to the north of it is not, and it is dropping 1-inch hail and pretty speedy winds over Bowling Green, Missouri. So yeah, that's a pretty big hail area there. Anything else? Nope. Covered all of it so far. So I'm going to continue my well, not my mesoscale discussion, but my discussion for tomorrow. So yeah, I'm drawing up discussion for tomorrow. I kind of messed it up. I am not that great at state borders. I mean, I try, but without any help, it's kind of difficult. I think I did something wrong. I'll try and make this a little. Yep. Dang it. It's, I guess it's alright. So yeah, if you just joined the stream, I'm currently drawing up the discussion for tomorrow on a whiteboard I have. So that's why I'm not currently at the computer. No tornadoes right now, but we do have a few severe thunderstorm warnings. That's what you were looking at right here. There's one southern St. Louis that is dying, one in northern St. Louis that is producing 1 inch hail. We've got something up in northern Indiana. We've got a big like squall line thing over in Colorado, which I will loop. Why is it? I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong though. I think I should straight cutting that part out. That doesn't. By the way, if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying to draw up a discussion on a whiteboard. It doesn't. I'm trying to draw Missouri, and I'm not good at it. That looks better. So yeah, I just looped the radar for now. Currently drawing up a discussion for tomorrow. Tomorrow looks like a bigger severe weather threat across all the way from Kansas all the way up to the Midwest and to Ohio, southern Michigan, that area. That looks like the main. So it looks like northern Illinois, northern Indiana, southern Michigan, and parts of Iowa are going to be the main threat for or going to be the main threat area for tomorrow. By the way, don't mind that noise. That's just a marker squeaking. Should probably turn on the this camera over here so you can see what I am doing. Because I do have a second camera over here that I can set up. So, webcam 2, right there. Okay, that doesn't appear to be working, so that's annoying. Let me set that up. Let's remove. Yes. Add video capture device. There. Let's change over to and OBS crashed. So, I guess I'll have to end the stream here. I will be back as soon as I can. OBS decided to have a stroke and die. So I'll be back as soon as I can, but OBS decided to have a stroke and die, so I will be back here soon. So, just click my channel, keep refreshing. I'll be back here in just a couple